Here's everything you need to know about the 2023 Ford Bronco Wildtrak Sasquatch package in just 5 minutes. This car is also available for lease or finance at Aston Martin GALPIN. All their information is in the description below. Now, whenever I think of the Bronco, the first thing that comes to mind, I'm not even gonna lie, is the OJ Bronco. I used to actually own a Bronco in my teenage years. The only difference was mine was completely a hoopty. It was busted and disgusted, had holes in the floor, rust everywhere, no back seats, and get this, I even had termites. Don't ask me how, trust me, it was embarrassing. But I will tell you this, it never stopped me from dreaming of owning one day a nice Bronco or even reviewing it like we're about to do today. Now, even though this is the Wildtrak spec trim, we have the Sasquatch package, which gives us these huge wide body flares, along with these 35-inch tires and B-lockable wheels. Now, you have several different drive modes to choose from in the new Ford Bronco, which are referred to as, get this, GOAT modes. And it doesn't stand for greatest of all time, it stands for Go Over All Terrain, which I thought was pretty legendary. And it's equipped with normal, eco, sport, slippery, mud and sand, and last but not least, Baja. You even have a crawl mode in the middle of the GOAT mode selector. We have a 0 to 60 in 6.2 seconds, which might not sound that impressive, but it actually does give you a pretty sporty feel. And under the hood, we got a 2.7 liter V6 EcoBoost producing 330 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque with a gas mileage rating of 17 city, 17 highway, paired nicely with a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, the first thing that surprised me with this Ford Bronco was the performance, because this is not the Raptor trim, so I was not expecting the sport mode to give me a sporty feel, and it does just that. And in the front, we have this huge skid plate and bumper, which comes in real handy when you're going off-road. Now, I know, trust me, I already did it, and it was a whole lot of fun. And in the rear, we have these nicely designed taillights, along with this 35-inch meaty tire to give it that real aggressive look. And then it opens just like its competitor as well, and the rear window going up just like so. Now, we're not even close to being done with this review yet, but this $70K asking price for this SUV is already worth it. Now, in case you were wondering how you or anybody else would fit in the back of this Ford Bronco, I'm a light-skinned avatar, 6'10", and I got a decent amount of headroom and a doable amount of leg room. And this is the seat all the way upright, but it does adjust back by just simply pulling this tab. But that's as good as it's gonna get. Now, in case you ever wanna tow anything in this, you can tow up to 3,500 pounds, and you even have a tow and haul mode. You have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, along with a wireless charger, 2 huge cup holders, even huger visor that extends out all of the sun, and a heated steering wheel, along with a huge armrest that's comfortable and has tons of storage space, 4 automatic rolling down and up windows with power mirrors that are attached to the car itself, because the roof and the doors come off just like its competitor, the Jeep Wrangler. Now, while in the back seat, you do have a fishnet for storage on the doors, 2 power windows on the center console armrest, and you have 2 chargers along with a house-inspired plug. And if you want more storage, all you gotta do is pull the tab and let down the seat. Ford decided to make the rear trunk cargo area just like the back seats by putting in a little cubby space for storage, a 12-volt charger, tons of cargo area along with hidden cargo area, and a jack to go with it. You have this huge 8-inch infotainment screen, which is simple and easy to use and has 2 screens in one, so that way you can multitask while doing whatever it is that you want to do. So let's say you want to access your front camera when you're going off-road, so that way you can see everything you're doing when you're getting down and dirty out there. All you gotta do is hit that camera button right below the screen. And if you want to tell how fast you're going, Ford gave you 2 options. You have an analog gauge along with a digital dash gauge. You have 6 different auxiliary switches for things such as light bars or winches, and below that you have a sway bar disconnect along with 2 different differential locks and a power port right on top of the dash for dash cams and GoPros. But you even have an accessory mount right there on the top for when you want to have multiple cameras going at one time, and it stretches all across the dash, so that way you don't miss one beat. Now, in case you're in the passenger seat when going off-roading, Ford thought about you specifically and installed 2 old handles that's going to keep you in place while things are getting real extracurricular. Now let's go over a few of my personal pros and cons about the 2023 Ford Bronco. My first pro is going to have to be the fact that you can tie down cargo on your front hood up to 150 pounds. Next up, you have grab handles to get in and out of the Bronco as easy as possible. Which brings me to number 3. You even have grab handles in the back for the backseat passengers when you're going off-roading. And last but not least, the rear backup camera is integrated within the spare tire holder. Now, my cons are there are no memory seats. And lastly, no air vents for the backseat passengers. But it is worth noting that the vents in the front do reach very far and they are very adjustable. Now, I personally wasn't a fan of the Ford Bronco when it first dropped because I wanted something true to form, but over time it's grew on me and I definitely gotta say, this is worth the buy. Now that's everything I think you need to know about the 2023 Ford Bronco Wildtrak Sasquatch package.